Hi everyone, Harpit this side. In this video, we'll be recording all the steps that would be needed for running TensorFlow on my GPU. So what actually happens is that often I tend to clean up my system by literally formatting it. And because of that, I have to install TensorFlow again and again. And to make it compatible with my system, I've got to follow some steps, and often I tend to forget about it, like what's the series and what actually has to be done, and reading about it and rediscovering it, figuring it out every time is kind of pain in the ass. So I thought, why not make a guide for myself and anybody who wants to do the same thing. um, what I really want to achieve here is this: I have this flimsy laptop and it's really good to carry around, but it's not that powerful. And my system, on the other hand, is really powerful, but it's something that I cannot carry around with me. So the solution was that I would install WSL on my Windows. I would run CUDA on it, and then I will install TensorFlow on it. And any sort of programming that gets done can be on my system. The models can be trained on my system, and the writing part of it, the accessing part of it, that is something that I can do over the web. I can access it remotely using my laptop anywhere I am, and then it just works. It works every time, and that's what I'm here to do again. So let's get started. In this system, I already have installed VS Code, WSL, Ubuntu in it, and also of course Python, because hey, that's the first thing I do. After this, we'll come to the Anaconda page. We'll go to Linux, Anaconda distribution. I think we'll just get the 64-bit x86 installer. Yep, that it has been downloaded. Downloads. I'll copy this. We'll go to Linux, Ubuntu, site home. I'll first of all create a new folder. We'll call it workspace. I'll simply paste it over here. Now that it has been pasted, I'll launch ELP WSL. Now we'll just run that. But this install in some time. Now that we have this installed, we'll simply check on that // version. Good. Here we have support till 3.12 now. Okay. Yeah, this is what we're looking for. For GPU, best case version would be 3.9 to 3.13. We'll be using 3.12, and the build tools will be based on this: cuDNN 9.3 and CUDA 12.5. The TensorFlow version would be 2.20. Now we'll just create a Conda environment and -n. The name will be TF TensorFlow. We'll be installing 2.20, 2.2. Let's just call it 2.2. And Python will be 3. Ideally, we would go for the latest, but for now, just 3.12. Although in the market we do have 3.20 out, there's not that much of a difference. I mean, for a Python user like me who doesn't really use the latest and the greatest, but the base packages and basically relies on TensorFlow all the time, I think 3.12 is more than enough. Linux x84. It's Debian Ubuntu, WSL2. Okay, version 2. Okay, so we have a couple of things we could do. It's Debian network, run file local, and Debian local. I would choose Debian local, but I think we might want to choose archive of previous too, because 12.5 is what we are going to get the latest support of. So it's going to be 12.5.1 Linux x84, WSL Ubuntu 2.0. We'll click on Debian local. Now we get these. Yeah, all right. Okay, so finally we have this done. Next, what we're gonna do is just run this command. Hopefully it doesn't take as much as time that it took earlier. Now, next what we're going to do is, of course, continue copying this and paste it over here. First, we need to copy this. Now it will install this. On this, I mean, basically it's just an update. The most important part, CUDA toolkit. Wow, it's a lot of things, huh? Okay, meanwhile this is happening, what we'll do is go to this. Okay, we also need to install cuDNN, so we'll just cuDNN download. This is important later on, buddy. Go to archive of previous releases. It was 9.3. We'll look for 9.3. Wow, it's way back. As usual, Ubuntu. I don't know the version. What was the version for the Ubuntu? And we'll just check Ubuntu version in WSL. It's 24. Okay. Now we get to follow these commands. Okay, first we'll install, we'll download this package. Now that it's downloading. Okay, so finally this has been downloaded. Now next what we're going to do is we'll run this command. It will probably just unarchive this package. Yep, unpacking. Yep, now it should work. Ooh. Awesome. Now we'll start this. Let's get back to here. Don't do this. Here you can simply copy this. Or just like me, you could type it out. Verify this installation. Finally, we got this downloaded. And the last thing we gotta do is just verify this. Yep, it works. That's all, guys. This is how you download and install TensorFlow. Definitely just make sure to always read the documents first of all. Come over here on the TensorFlow's website page, come down, click on Linux Mac OS support, come at the bottommost page, find the GPU version for Linux. On the top version, always check the CUDA version, cuDNN versions, and then check which version are you going to be installing, the Python version accordingly, and then just follow the steps that I did. Please make sure to always use the official websites and do not go to any shady websites. This way you'll make sure that the packages are intact and there is no issue. Alright, thank you so much for joining in and see you next time.